as I talk about the Jaguars, we've had a trade. Yannick Ngakoue, their young, athletic, talented, productive pass rusher, has wanted out of Jacksonville, and he's made it very publicly known that he wanted out, and he hasn't been reporting. And there's been rumors that a trade was coming. Well, the trade has come, and the Jacksonville Jaguars had traded Yannick Ngakoue to the Minnesota Vikings for a second-round pick and a conditional fifth-round pick. And that conditional fifth-round pick, depending on certain things in it, could end up becoming a third. So if Yannick Ngakoue ends up being, an all stud like he has been, the Jaguars could be getting a second and a third-round pick for it. Now, second and third round pick, that's quality. I mean, you look at DeForest Buckner, he got the 13th over the 49ers got the 13th overall pick for him. Stephon Diggs was traded recently. They got the Vikings got a second round or the 24th overall pick for him. And then even the Jaguars, they traded Jalen Ramsey and got 2 first-round picks from the St. Louis Rams. And while they had to trade him, it was clear that Yannick Ngakoue didn't want to play. They knew he was going to be gone. They drafted Caleb Von Chason with the 20th overall pick. So they've got Josh Allen and Caleb Von Chason. So they've got guys that they hoping could step into that role. But the fact that you have to trade a young, athletic, productive pass rusher in this, teams crave guys like Yannick Ngakoue, and the fact that you were able to take him in the third round, and he, from the minute you had him, he's produced, and the fact that he's now out before his contract is up, it just shows you what an utter mess the Jacksonville Jaguars are. You should be rewarded with drafting Yannick Ngakoue in the third round. You should be like, hey, this is one of our steals, a cornerstone player, a guy that's hasn't been getting in trouble outside. It's not like he's going out there and getting arrested or anything. You can't keep him happy. You can't extend him, and he wants out. So to me, it just shows that the Jaguars, their front office, their ownership, whatever it may be, two of your best young players couldn't wait to get out of there. So whatever's going on is just an utter mess. Here's a team that a few years ago was in the AFC Championship game. They were 1 game away from the Super Bowl, led by a dominant defense. And now the players that are still left over from that defense, you have Miles Jack and maybe a defensive tackle. And it's just complete mismanagement. This team has not been good other than that 1 year, but yet David Caldwell still is their general manager. Doug Marrone is still their head coach. It's clear Jacksonville wants to tank. I don't know if that, like I said, they traded away Jalen Ramsey. They traded away Calais Campbell's gone. They let all these people go. They're trying to go young, and, Gardner Minshew's their quarterback, and, who knows, he's shown flashes. But this team doesn't look like a team that's ready to compete for a playoff spot. And instead, I think they are the prime candidate to get the number 1 overall pick. And, maybe that's what they want. They want to get Trevor Lawrence. And they're hoping that, hey, if we were bad enough, we're rebuilding, might as well go a complete rebuild. They've been stockpiling draft picks. But do you have any faith in this organization to turn it around? Even if they get Trevor Lawrence, are they going to hire the right coach? Is the right coach going to want to go there? Are they going to want to work with ownership? Are they going to want to work? Are they going to keep David Caldwell around? At this point, what has David Caldwell done to really warrant keeping his job? So, they got a decent return. But if they would have traded him last year right before the draft, could they potentially got a first-round pick? At least a late first-round pick? I know getting a second and potentially a third is not bad, but still getting that first-round pick is better. And I'm not trying to disregard a second or third-round pick. Top 100 picks are premiums in the NFL draft. But I feel like they could have got a lot more. But because they mishandled this situation, that's what happens. And bad teams make trades right before the season. Bad teams trade off their good players right before the season. The 49ers traded DeForest Buckner before the draft, and they got good return for him. The Vikings traded Stephon Diggs right before the draft, and they got a good return on him. And you look at what the Jaguars did. Just like last year, they had to trade Jalen Ramsey during the season. So, I feel bad for Jaguars fans because it just, ownership, management doesn't seem to know what they're doing.